shit, ain't shit. Where the hell Red? Oh, he left the party, huh? It's tough. That must be somebody back the tree, man. I see you and him must have been on a high classified trade, huh? I don't blame him. I wouldn't trade your ass neither. Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates and they will make Victor Sanchez ain't going to do well. Let me get Victor Sanchez. If I give you Victor Sanchez, I might as well just give you 2 Super Bowls with it. Fuck. I need one too. Actually, Victor hurt. So, Victor hurt right now, so I ain't really got no speed right now. That was who? Oh, what are you trying to trade you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, 2 quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory.
team is 96 overall. What the fuck they gotta do? I'm still sad. If I'm sad, I'm sad.
With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
I gotta get on there. What you call it? I've been working so much. I done worked fucking 60 hours already this week. That wild hands. That's really why I try not to buy games like that, because I never play them.
Now a handoff as they run left side.
I really don't want
up to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there. That'll be second
fall
down.
off in like a year or two.
They know their identity, that they are a passing team. And one of the reasons they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions.
Well, dog, get off the Steelers, dog.
Deeper into the half. Sometimes there's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they
I got him already.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
I got him. His name Reason.
He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Huh? You Reason? Nah, that nigga playing right there. That nigga right there where he at. Him and I got Pilot out there too. Now I'm willing to move Pilot for anybody.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
No, he don't. Pilot got like a 94 acceleration.
This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover. Because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
They'll set up to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. That catch good for
you ain't going to pay for him, so it don't make sense for you to even ask.
Looks like the defense in press
I'm asking for a first, and you're not going to pay for it. I know. That's why I said. I know who to go holler at about certain things. Oh, I know you being nosy. I'm glad you're being nosy.
Easy.
Out of the gun now on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence.
Oh, you fucking... Dog, Sean Davis, 96 overall, get hits with a face mask. He don't fucking... It's always a game like this. Always, I should know better.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to
that's just their position. I got him on my depth chart at right in
a bad mood.
That's just their position.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here.
What you mean? I got on the outside, but I got people that I can put there if they go down. The one I got starting that middle linebacker, I switched him and Ryan out. So like I could put a nigga there if I wanted to, and I got a backup that's pretty decent.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's fine.
Charles, that's an important
thing. It works. I was just in the 3-4. I'm fine. Like I don't need anything more. I just need enough.
They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision.
But this year I'm going to get like
big for the defense.
I'm going to get like 3 or 4 linebackers in this draft.
Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll run it here. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Back to throw here.
Dog, why the fuck did my quarterback throw it? Dog, this nigga playing like a bitch today.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field.
2 picks in the first drive. I mean, good thing my defense held them to the fucking
field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense...
I just ran a ball.
It's a balancing act.
And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Defense
that was
they got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible.
The 2 picks was on 5 yards.
And sometimes triple team. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys.
They
like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And this is
caught
inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
They beat me 17-9.
Their dangerous wide receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7
I'm fucking up, like my quarterback fucking
up. We'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Still, I'm making fucked up passes. Like, he's not doing nothing special. The nigga's just not fucking throwing the ball where he's supposed to throw it, bitch at. Just not, like, he did a play action and kept his back turned.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Like, he literally had his back turned to
this
the
fucking... This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Person when he threw it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
No, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a crease, can't find
that's
one.
one thing reason pissing me off with this game.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked.
This nigga got a 96 throwing power and a ball hung
but instead it just brings up 4th down. On now the Steelers' 2nd-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry.
Me?
It'll go with
because
a 50-yard punt, 6 yards
I know I'm
on
running.
the return.
I mean,
and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
That's why I wanted to left the fucking chat.
Hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
This nigga keep throwing it deep to the same little dude.
This is intercepted.
By the time I fucking cornerback act like, yeah, and he done beat me twice. No, it wasn't Bird, it was the other one. It was the other one that beat me. But I mean, 96 and 93 ain't that much different.
Another pistol look here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back.
This nigga get 1 yard to carry
there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1 yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1 yard gains running the ball? If
nah, the
nigga
case, just...
You might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more.
Got the momentum,
but if it's just the
bitch, they making every play. They getting off every block.
Congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And they'll go on the ground.
Like, dog.
And he is going to lose yardage yardage here.
These niggas not blocking at all.
It'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Back to throw.
This nigga did a possession catch.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
That was close.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out
Dog,
of
this the second sign. Why?
And the dreaded face mask penalty.
Dog, I've never got this many face mask penalties in my life.
Such a dangerous play.
I got 2 superstar cornerbacks that keep getting face mask penalties all the time.
15 yards is the right call.
And the shit killing me. It's coming in big fucking moments.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and
he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
BB 24.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone. We saw evidence of that on that play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Oh, yeah, I've been saying that.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Just
trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Martavis.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Nah, because
the offense facing a 3rd and 6.
I think I still got Mike Tomlin as my coach.
On play action, they'll throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient.
But even Mike Tomlin, though, I had to buy everything. The only reason I was able to buy a lot of shit was because I was getting to the playoffs. Other than that, like, I know what you're saying. Like,
you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he'll get this in enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to 48.
But shit, I had to buy a lot of shit.
After the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down.
Like, the only thing he had was, I think he had
time to step aside.
Like, the linebacker tree
Charles
already.
And I right back
but, like,
at you
the linebacker skill person or whatever. Other than that, I had to get all that shit. Scout.
It's a 4-receiver look to the right side. They'll set up a throw. And it's complete to Ladarius Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Dog, that's another fucking face mask.
He'll go down
How the fuck?
15 at his own 13-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Looking deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Throwing right, and that's complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And quickly, they get to the line. Now back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Second down now after the incompletion. Green alone out to the right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it go again. This is caught inside the 15. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
They'll drop to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. It's a quarter. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Yeah, you heard it, right? You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, if they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing, and it maybe explode at the right time.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, the linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
So completion on second down, that brings up third. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy, and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Wolfe in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
They're going to look to throw. And that one almost intercepted.
Oh, you got to make that throw
Far too
over him.
loose with a football
like,
here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And caught, right side, Green. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Looking to throw, and his throw is incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one. Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. He'll drop to throw, and able to find Green. It'll be a gain of 9, and on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the sticks, sets up a first and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Offense working with a second and goal now from the 3. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So they're going to go for 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it.
Hold on to the
they
ball, man.
For the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident.
He's got it at the 15. And he is down deep into Giant territory. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Back to throw here. He's got time. Now he'll escape to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And he's going to be to the third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now out come the Giants. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They give him a gain of 38.
You know it's really hard for a big-time running back? It's patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. This drive, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, It makes it that much harder, and sure enough, they can't convert here.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Bryant, the lone receiver left. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And Bryant's got it over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw again. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. A great and a loose football. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just...
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
It is so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it. You gotta give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he fires one incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Out of the gun now on third down. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a gain of 11. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on fourth and long. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And the QB steps over the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal forward pass.
And that is so rare because at the different positions, you have to know different things. Wide receivers have to know where the first down line is. Quarterbacks almost always know where the line of scrimmage is.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They had to go for it with such little time.
Oh,
remaining.
them bitches.
And the
I
Giants
died.
are close
Oh,
to
my
finishing
God.
off this football game. That one looks like he'll throw here. Finding time. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. They'll look to throw, and they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting